What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Ryan here. Sorry about the lack of PlayStation news. I do have PlayStation news. I'm going to cover it tomorrow. I did cover a little bit of it yesterday on the Truth Network podcast, so shout out to everybody who came through. We had a blast talking with everybody. Have fun. Thank you guys again. Thank you guys for over 800 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. This video is a little different. This isn't like a rant. This isn't like a diss. This is just me speaking my mind and how I feel as of late in terms of gaming in 2017 going into the future, and what I think the reality, like we're heading, Now, for example, as you guys know, gaming as of late has taken a significant nosedive in terms of just from having fun for a lot of people enjoying their, in their games. Let's face it, we didn't have this problem back in the 90s. We didn't have this problem back when we had the GameCube, the Dreamcast, the PS2, PS3, or I'm sorry, PS2, the PS1, N64, 64, all that junk. We didn't have this problem back when we had these consoles. All of us played our games. We either went to like a neighbor or a friend and we just, played on their console, or we had all consoles in general and we enjoyed all of them together. And we all had that original, buddy couch gameplay where everybody just sits and chills on the couch and plays these games and enjoys themselves. You know what I'm saying? We never had this problem. But it's sad how in 2017, well, not even in 2017, more like 2013-ish, maybe 20, actually no, not even that, 2006 with the PS3 going forward. It's crazy how in 2006 going into now, 2017, we're still in this terrible, just slump, like this terrible cluster of, and we don't even know where we're going to head. And the reality is, I'm going to tell you where we're heading. You see, gamers in general, right? Okay, now the real gamers like myself and those who actually play the games they hype up, or the ones that actually have played the games, period, and let's say we reviewed them, for example, like if I played Halo, you'll never see a Halo review on this channel if I haven't played Halo. You'll never see a Gears review on this channel if I never played Gears, and you'll never see an Until Dawn, an Uncharted, and vice versa on this channel if I haven't played the game. You know what I'm saying? I play the games before I even review them or before I give input on. You guys see me do it all the time. My profile, which is on the YouTube page, should tell you and clarify just about enough how much I actually support my games of choice. You know what I'm saying? I support everything. The problem with gamers at this point in time is that they don't play these games. And don't worry, there's no funny dialogue in this. I'm just going to talk to you very seriously. You see, I never thought in all my years as a gamer. Now, keep in mind, I turned 25 this year. Okay, I turned 25. But all my years as a gamer, I've been gaming since I was a damn toddler. That's how long I've been gaming. Okay, I'm talking. I started gaming at age 6. You know what I'm saying? I've been playing for that long, and not once have I ran into the retardation that we're seeing now. It makes you disgusted to be a gamer at some points. The fact that you see people who spread so many lies upon lies and hype up stuff that doesn't even have anything to, go with whatever they're talking about. For example, I had people hyping up Unreal Tournament, or not Unreal Tournament, but Unreal Engine coming to the Xbox One X, and I'm like, okay, that's cool, but where are the games? You know what I'm saying? As a gamer, you should be worried about the games. And there are no games coming from that platform. If I look at Nintendo, you got dudes trying to damage control that silly Nintendo app. But at the same time, half of them are just, they're crying over that Nintendo app, trying to defend that, trying to find some silly excuse to defend that Nintendo app, as opposed to calling out Nintendo, hold them responsible so you can get that removed and have a dedicated, online support. You know what I'm saying? It's stupid. In fact, you got to pay for that. It's even more silly. And if I look at Sony's side, Sony's got the games, but again, Sony's making some silly decisions in terms of like, PlayStation Plus, PlayStation Now still being a thing, and like them not really pushing the whole, well, I don't even think they could do that, but they probably could. They could at least try to push the 60 frames per second buff a little bit with the Pro. You know what I'm saying? They don't have to push this 4K thing. They can just go, hey, 1080p 60. But again, I don't see that happening. But, you know what I'm saying? I don't see none of that. And then I go back to the Xbox camp and I look at what we have now and I compare it to what we had beforehand. You see, it breaks my heart. It really does break my heart because I was on 360 as well, like a lot of you, but I broke away from that, especially when I saw that there was nothing else being offered. So once the 360 was done and like I saw there was just literally nothing else to play and all that jazz, I got tired of Gears on there. I got tired of Halo, and I just went to PlayStation, and I have more games on PlayStation. I have fun on PlayStation. Last of Us was one of my all-time favorite games. It was amazing. Uncharted was a great game. I was amazed with that. I had so many games on PlayStation I had no problem with. And it's sad that a company like Microsoft that has all this money, they can buy all the talent in the world, and yet they don't let them work or they don't let them do what they need to do to create the content that us gamers crave. I don't like that. I really do not like that mindset. I don't like the fact that we've gotten more Halos and Gears, especially when Gears is a brand spanking new game at the time, last generation. But we have more games than those than any new ones. Quantum Break is scrapped at this point. We're not going to get another Quantum Break. They're not even talking about that because Remedy's gone, so that's pretty much scrapped. Jesus Christ. Super Lucky Tales. I highly doubt Super Lucky Tales is even going to sell the amount that these Xbox dudes are hyping it up to be. These guys are saying this is the best thing to slice bread. Yeah, these are the same dudes that hyped up Quantum Break, and they haven't even bought Quantum Break. Just like they didn't buy Sunset Overdrive, which was one of the best games that Xbox had this generation so far, was Sunset Overdrive. That game, again, they didn't support that game. It's crazy how all these games I'm thinking of should already be having sequels, and you should have more of a diverse library. So right now, but it blows my mind that we don't. It blows my mind. And as far as Capcom is concerned, it's like Capcom is not going to get it. We're not going to get a game that we really want. We're not going to get a Capcom versus SNK 2 remaster. We're not going to get a Capcom versus SNK 3. We're not going to get anything like that. We're just going to get the same tired, trash, remastered or just packaged games that we've gotten from the past. For example, with the Resident Evil, they're just going to keep rehashing Resident Evil over and over and over. Then they're going to keep rehashing Street Fighter, and then they're going to keep rehashing Marvel vs. Capcom. As you clearly see, this Marvel vs. Capcom is not a complete Marvel vs. Capcom. This is just a movie ripoff from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which has every person from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, even the crappy. They even had this crappy mechanic with the Infinity Gems, and it's not even that cool, nor is it that innovative, and it doesn't even add anything that special to the game. It's terrible. I do not like that at all. The fact that they have the guts to put Mega Man in this, but they don't have the guts to legit give you a true Mega Man now in 2017, especially when they're like legit crying for money. Why would you not invest in something major that's going to make you a boatload of money and put you back in the green? That makes no sense to me. You know what I'm saying? But gamers in 2017 don't speak with their wallets. They just drink the milk from the dried up cow, and they continue to do so. And that's the sad part, man. For example, another example. Let's see. What is it? There are rumors going around that we might get another. What was it? Hold on. No, I can't even say that. I can't even say that because that was canceled as well. Never mind. I can't even say that. But if I look at something like Halo, right? You got dudes saying, I buy Xbox just for Halo. If you buy it just for one game, guess what? You're just going to get that one game over and over and over. You need to speak with your wallet, man, especially if you want a diverse library out of the Xbox camp. Sony guys don't really have this problem. Sony has games that appeal to everybody, hence why the sales differ drastically. You might see The Last of Us do amazing in sales, but then you look at Uncharted, you're like, wait, Uncharted didn't sell that well? Yeah, because Uncharted is not like that. Uncharted is an action adventure. The Last of Us was more of a survival, apocalyptic game with a little action adventure in it as well, but it wasn't like that with Uncharted. You know what I'm saying? Games appeal to different people. Microsoft doesn't have this luxury. And for people to compare sales from Microsoft games to Sony games, I hate to break it to you, but Microsoft has a set library and a set demographic of who they're catering to. For example, Sony caters to everybody. Microsoft caters to the dude bro type of console guy who really displays shooters and action type games and racers, obviously. So, that's that. As far as like Forza is concerned, I mean, Forza is always going to be Forza. I did think the new Forza looked good. I like the new, I like the weather mechanics of Forza. I really did. Thought that was really legit cool. But that was about it that impressed me the most. I mean, the car looked good too because the reflection of the environment, that looked good. But they're not really offering me anything else. You know what I'm saying? It's the same dried stuff. It's Gear, it's Halo and Forza. And it's like, it doesn't matter how beautiful those games can look down the line. It doesn't really matter. You're just still offering me the same experience. You're not offering me anything new. You're not offering me anything innovative. You're not showing that my money that I'm paying for Xbox Live was well invested into whatever, you're planning on doing in the future. You know what I'm saying? None of that is proving to me or anyone else that you care in 2017. And that's the problem with gaming in 2017. Some people think that it's fanboyism. Some people think people are just saying this because they want views. Others think they're saying this because they just have a grudge for Microsoft. That's not the case. Microsoft just doesn't cater to the gamer. They're not catering to the actual gamer. I will say they're doing a better job than Nintendo, but that's really not saying much. Nintendo is a Japanese company, and Japanese companies are 100% stubborn. Sony, I know from somebody will say, well, Sony gets it. Sony already had an established good relationship with American developers and American talent, and they knew with the money that they can get from from America, and they knew how the talent that was there and what they can do to push the boundaries of play. That's what their whole tagline came from, the boundaries of play. That's where they got that from. As far as like Nintendo is concerned, Nintendo, they got all the talent in the world. They got all the IPs in the world, but they just don't use them. They don't use them. They focus more on Mario and Zelda. And then, what's funny is how Shokio always got crucified in his own comment section from all these Nintendo apologists saying, see, I just want my Metroid. Where's my Metroid? Where's my Star Fox? And then they go, you're asking for too much. Shut up and deal with it. Just play what we got. You know what I'm saying? Now these same dudes saying, wow, you were telling the truth. Metroid looks amazing. You know what I'm saying? These are the type of people that you shouldn't be catering to, Nintendo. These type of people do not know what's best for you, and they don't care what's best for you. They're the idiots of Nintendo. I do not understand how a grown man can lie to himself and say that they don't want to play something. Like, I remember I had a conversation with We Lover. I'm like, dude, you can like Nintendo all you want, but the bottom line is this. You're missing out on the broader scale of games. For example, imagine, I know all of you will love to see this. Imagine a Zelda game on the scale of Uncharted: The Lost Legacy, or just Uncharted in general. And I'm talking about in terms of the facial animations, the actual depth of the pores on the face, and the textures and the clothes. Imagine a Zelda game on that scale. Don't act like you don't want to play something like that. That would be amazing. Yes, I would be all over that. That would be great. That would be something that would push somebody to buy a console, and that would show off the power. Nintendo has been so far behind in terms of power, it's not even a joke anymore. Look at the Wii U and then look at the Switch. If you look at the Wii U and the Switch, there's really, the power gap isn't even that identical. It really isn't. The fact that Zelda can't even run at 1080p at least on the Switch compared to the Wii U, which was running at 720p, is disgusting. That's disgusting and just an insult. That's a disgusting insult to the consumer. Because why am I paying $300 for this? Why am I paying $300? And another $80 just for the Joy-Cons in general. And another $70 just for a Pro controller. Why am I paying these outlandish prices when you don't even have the content to support it? Why am I doing this? ARMS is not cutting it. 1-2 Switch, that game got exposed to the max by Angry Joe. And go check out his channel. He did a review of that, and it was pretty funny. How terrible the motion controls are. Sad, man. It's sad. I like the game. Don't get me wrong. I like the concept of taking the game thing on the go, but I hate to break it to you, the reality. In order for that to legit work in the real world, I'm talking 110% as if the world was perfect. Our world is not perfect. You're not going to see no kid in a black neighborhood or a black kid in no black neighborhood take his Switch out there on the basketball court and sit there while everybody's playing basketball, put his Switch there with a friend, and just play that like they're playing at home. What do you think is going to happen 9 times out of 10 with that kid? It's either going to get snatched by some broke individual who has no life, who doesn't know how to work for his living, and is a menace to society, you know what I'm saying, is going to get snatched up by that type of retard, or somebody's just going to jump in there, they're going to get jumped, and they're going to get taken anyway. There's stuff like that that's going to happen. A lot of you don't understand this. There's always some retarded logic or just a retarded thing that might happen in the real world that might affect your gaming experience on the go. And that's why I'm not a big supporter of this on the go thing. I thought it was cool on paper until they started showing these unrealistic scenarios. Like, for example, showing it at a picnic and at a barbecue. Nobody's going to do that, Nintendo. Nobody's going to take this thing on a picnic and like that sort of thing. Nobody's going to do that. Maybe on the airport, that's actually a legit selling point on the airport. But again, that's not really doing much in terms of gamer. Half the time, you probably won't be able to use your Switch all the time, depending on your flight. Let's face it, when you're in the air on an airplane, they always tell you to turn your electronics off for a certain amount of time. It's usually like another 20 or 30 minutes before you can even turn on your electronics. And when you do turn on your electronics, then they tell you that, we're about to land in like 5 or 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how long your flight. Obviously, depending on how long your flight is. But that's, you know what I'm saying? That's stuff like that happens. That sort of thing we need to understand. That's not really how the world works in terms of reality. And I'm not a big, you know what I'm saying? I think the Switch is cool in terms of that. But again, it doesn't offer me anything else, which is why I don't have it anymore. I won't buy another Nintendo product. I won't let my excitement get the better of me in terms of Nintendo products. I just can't do it. Microsoft products, it's like Microsoft has all the third party, and that's great. They know how to get deals with third party. They just ain't got the first party, and that's what really matters in the end. You need first party to show up this power gap between the Xbox One X and the PS4 Pro. Hence why a lot of people are, like, more eyes are towards Forza than there is Super Lucky Tales and anything else. Why? Because that game is the only game that was legit shown that showed off the Xbox One X's power compared to a Pro. You know what I'm saying? Super Lucky Tales wasn't cut. Nobody cared. Crackdown 3, the shell shaded, downgraded Crackdown 3, which is not even true 4K. That's not cutting it. What's that game? Player Unknown's Battlegrounds, which is not even 60 frames per second, is not cutting it. That's not cutting it. It's 30 frames per second on consoles. It's 30 frames per second on the Xbox One X. It's not 60 frames per second. That game is not cutting it. It's not selling anybody on a Xbox One X. But you had dudes legit throwing that around as if it's like something revolutionary. I'm like, dude, it's not even 60 frames per second. That's a game that needs to be 60 frames per second for you to understand. I hate to break it to you, man. If you play it on PC at 60 frames per second, you will see why why PC guys are legit laughing at the Xbox One X. I'm telling you right now. People on PC are playing that above a 60, and they're laughing at how it's only a 30 on this supposed the world's most powerful console. You know what I'm saying? That's just funny to a lot of people. We continue and we go down. Like I said, Forza is the only game that you had that legit showed off the power. Assassin's Creed Origins, yes, it looks good in the environment. Sure, it looks good, but it's not 4K, and that's not exclusive, and it's not showing off anything. It's not showing off anything. It all comes down to your first party in terms of showing that power. These third party games, unless Microsoft has a deal with them and they'll push the game more on the Xbox, but these third party games are not going to look different on the Pro compared to the Xbox One. They're not going to look different. They're going to look identical. I'm telling you right now. Half the time, you're not even going to tell the difference between an upscale version and a true native 4K version. I'm telling you right now. It comes to that. Just like a lot of people didn't see the difference between 720? No, wait, was it last year? Yeah, last year was with 1080p, where I think the PS3 did 1080p or upscaled to 1080p, and the Xbox 360 did 720p or something like that. Nobody could really tell the difference. Something like that. I'm trying to remember. But I'm sorry, I can't remember that much. But it's something like that. You're not going to be able to see the difference. It all comes down to the viewer. And the only way for you to truly, truly see the image in its complete clarity is if you have the game side by side on two different monitors and you're looking at them side by side. You know what I'm saying? You need the game on both platforms side by side, and you need to zoom in to see what's the difference. And that's how it is with Digital Foundry, and that's how it's going to be on these games in this console. A lot of you need to understand that. And a lot of you need to understand nobody's hating on the Xbox. The reason why people are talking about Xbox a lot now and this console is because they're legit concerned. More effort is going into PC. The Xbox gamer in general general in 2017 has become a legit second priority. Like nobody, they don't even care about Xbox gamers anymore. They're pushing PC, 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 PC. Everything is PC push. Everything is merged with PC. Xbox Live is now pretty much Steam at this point with PC. You know what I'm saying? Everything is going that route. Everything. And you can't deny that. And the only way to fix that is to legit speak with your wallet. You need to legit support the stuff that you hype up every day. When Phil Spencer see you hyping up something like Super Lucky Tales, he expects you to buy it. If you do not buy it, he'll put it on PC. Hence why he thought Quantum Break and he thought Sunset Overdrive, Quantum Break, and Scalebound were going to be so big, but then now he's giving you these half-ass excuses. For example, he said for Scalebound that hype killed Scalebound. You see what I'm saying? He's telling you right now, you're hyping it up, but you're not buying them. You need to buy these games. You need to support these games. Everything that you see on Xbox, you have to support and show that you really do care about Microsoft, and you do care about supporting them in the long run. You need to prove that. And that is no damage control. That is a distinctive point. And I'm talking to you as a gamer, not as no hater as you guys like to try to make me out to be. No, I'm speaking to you as a pure gamer, and I'm trying to help you for the long run. Half of you guys who are hyping up these games do not support them, and that is why you do not have anything new, and that's why you have become a second priority for the Xbox camp as well. It's sad, man. It's sad. Do I see Xbox being around forever? No, I do not, if this continues. I'm telling you right now, Xbox is at the point where they can just flick a switch and everything will be PC only, and they can just be done with consoles. Do I want to see Microsoft going? Absolutely not, because competition is needed. If Microsoft was not here, we would not have the better system this generation was the PS4. The PS4 is pretty much a 360 revision, but better in many ways in terms of graphical performance. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's all Sony need to do. Be simple and to the point. Microsoft, they went too far out of left. They're trying to dazzle people with a user interface, which, again, looks worse and worse every time we get it. Yeah, it looks cool in terms of flashiness, but it gets worse and worse and worse in terms of performance. We don't want that. We want games. And if you're a gamer, you would agree with that 110%. So that's where I stand on this real quick. I just want to get that out the way. I'll be covering PlayStation news tomorrow. And I will be live streaming later on today. I'm going to be live streaming The Order 1886. So come by and chill with me. And I'll see you guys later. Sorry about the later upload, but I just this was on my mind, and it kind of overweighed my point. It kind of overweighed me wanting to do a video on PlayStation. It just wanted me to talk about gaming as we lead down the road, okay? So thank you again for over 800 subs. Shout out to everybody. You guys follow me on Twitter. It's the same name as the YouTube. You can follow me on Twitter. I'll catch you guys later. If you guys want to get on the podcast, vice versa, you can hit me up on Twitter or in the messages below, and I'll see if I can get to them. So let me know, and I'll see you guys later, all right? Catch you guys later. Deuces.